Hey guys, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. I'll be doing a house talk again today. I have done few house talk before. I think I talked about Mugler House, I talked about Chanel House, maybe I'm not sure, and I talked about maybe Dior House. So I have about 8 fragrances from this house, and it's gonna be the house of Versace. And this video I dedicate to brother Ashton. He's one of the inspiration in my line of work. He is a very professional in terms of like not a very professional, very professional in terms of reviewing. I really dig his work, and he's all you'll be seeing like I've been sharing a lot of his videos in my group. So he also did this episode with his wife and by himself. He chosen his top 5 Versace fragrances. So I was gonna do this house talk anyway, but when I was gonna do it like much later, but I just suddenly thought, let's just do this house. And a few things before I start, I'll talk on them individually and I'll give you my opinion. So it can differ from yours. So bear that in mind. Second thing is I don't have couple of fragrances I really want from this house. One is the Versace Man that is discontinued, and second one is I think Versace Versus. So that I hear is a legendary fragrance. And I did own Versace blue jeans before, and I did talk of Versace's red jeans. None of them are with me at this moment. So I have only 2 fragrance from ladies side. Okay, and the rest are all more or less guys. And one fun fact before I start, that is when I was like not in the fragrance game, I just like an average Joe. I'm still an average Joe, but nowadays I study on fragrances, see, know the names, do a little bit research here and there. But when I was like a non-fragrance bro, I used to think like Armani and Versace, they're kind of like, I thought they're the same company, because for some reason, some weird reason, I thought like Armani Versace, I used to mix them up, like Acqua di Gio from Versace. I'm like, oh no, not Versace. Anyway, so it's just a fun fact putting out there. So I'll be doing like short talk on each of them, and I'll let you know who is it for in short, season to wear, if it's a must buy or where you can wear it, or if it's challenging. Okay, but before that, I want to show you my scent of the early morning. I don't know, suddenly the weather started cooling down in Bangladesh. I think the rain has started falling slightly, like ever so slightly, and weather starting to get a little bit cooler, which is a good news and bad news for many reasons. I'll tell you some other episode, but I reached for this after a long time. Prada Amber Intense. This stuff is just one of a kind. It's not super hyped or anything. People don't usually talk about it nowadays. People talk about Prada L'Homme Intense. That and these I feel have similar vibes, but smell wise I think they're different. This is more based on Prada Amber, but this one goes more into Tom Ford direction. Tom Ford Noir, I think one of that fragrance. They kind of have same vibes. All right, okay. So this is my scent of the night. I mean early morning, late night, early morning. Okay, so let me start from the left side. So first one I have to show you here is my one of my most favorite fragrances in the tobacco line. So this is Versace the Dreamer. Dreamer is a fragrance. It's I think used to be the vintage. The used to be much potent and longer lasting. People say this thing is not as special as the vintage. So I can't comment because I didn't own a vintage. So this is a reformulated one. I think 2014, I think or 15 bottle. Okay, so the cap here actually there's no cap. It's just like you press here and then the atomizer is built in. I like the bottle a lot. Okay, it's a beautiful looking bottle. Okay, looks like crystal once again. Nice sort of those who didn't own it. Okay, there's a sticker, and this fragrance, let me tell you, it's not for all. This fragrance, I know all of them like by my heart now. So this one is for people who actually love the note of tobacco. This is tobacco-based friends and friends, tobacco-based fragrance. I think Maximilian must know his channel. He's mentioned Shergi Search Lutans. It's a niche version of this one. Since then, I'm very interested in Shergi, and I like the note of tobacco. But when I purchased this first, I immediately thought this is not going to be my cup of tea because it felt like cold weather scent. Okay, and it's very strong, and it has powdery effect like Lamal, let me tell you, and it has a nice lavender sort of dreamy effect going on. It mixes with I think the tobacco very well. It feels like wet tobacco, and it's very sharp. I wore this in the summer days. It lasts me a long time, but that intense heat, if you wear this, it's gonna get really powdery, And the scent of this, not everyone can pull off or like this has that mature vibe to it. And it's one of that, in my opinion, of the masterpiece that Versace house ever did. Okay. Um, Similar to this, I would say Prada Luna Rosa Sport. To me, my nose, it smelled very close to this, but that one is a bit more smoother. And if you know also Lamal, if you know Midnight in Paris, those sort of a dreamy, powdery, classy, cold night, that sort of a scent. This, and it's very very cheap at this moment because it hit the discounters long ago. You can get this pretty much for 20 bucks. I would say if you love tobacco based scent, you can purchase this, keep it in your collection, and some point of your life you'll come, like you get to appreciate it, because when you get mature this will suit your nose. It's one of the masterpiece house, from this house of Versace. So I wouldn't say it's a must buy, not for all, but people who love the note of tobacco and you like a little bit of a mysterious complex scent that can be signature worthy, you can look into Dreamer. Okay, first one is Versace's Dreamer. Next one is gonna be the most safest. This fragrance, I mean, I would say one of the most popular ones, easy buy, and 90% of the people they love it, and some people they don't find it anything special. But I'll show you. This is one of my signature scents. This is Versace Puram. You can see my juice level is down, and I'm planning to actually hit the 200 ml bottle so I can have a lifetime size worth of bottle. This juice, it's really really pleasant. This one, the first day I sniffed it, and immediately said I don't really care. This one actually was pricey. This was in I bought in Malaysia, and this was not, I couldn't buy it for cheap. I paid retail for it, so I paid 3,500 ring no sorry 3,000 no 350 ringgit. That is actually equivalent to 70 US dollars, and I have no regrets because this one smells like it's definitely worth that retail price, I would say. First thing. Second thing is it gets compared to Lot 2 Chanel Allure Sport. Okay, both of them have the similar, like structurally they're kind of same. They have that fresh neroli, and it has that fresh citrus going on, easy to wear, most professional as well for workhorse. They're same backbone sort of thing. But Chanel, price wise, it's almost double the price of this, because you can find this discounted. This you can. So many people love this, and Chanel one doesn't project that well. This one does. In the heat, like the hot summer day, you put this on for the first 2 hours, it's gonna be projecting like a beast, and then come close to your skin. This one gets the most ladies' reaction. All right. This one is the most complimented one of them in my collection. I'll do a full list, most complimented list, maybe end of the year. This one is one of them. It gets so much notice, and ladies, my girl, she's like, wow, she loves it. Okay, so this one, it's perfect 10 out of 10. So, but performance wise, after reformulation, I think lost some performance, has some performance issues, but never was a beast. All right, and one of the most professional, at the same time sexiest scents ever created, Versace Puram. This is amazing juice, and the bottle is also a piece of like art or something. Okay, it has nice sort of bottle. Okay, so second is Versace Puram, excellent juice. I recommend that for the summer. Next, I'm going to show you a flanker of a fragrance, and this is the fragrance. I don't have the original one, the Versace Man. So this is Versace Man Fraiche. This, I think Ashton said this is his most favorite in his top 5, and I kind of see that. So my story with this one is, this fragrance I didn't like at first. I didn't see what the hype was all about when I sniffed it or I bought it. I was like, whoa, okay, the bottle is so pretty. I'm in love with this bottle. The moment I saw the bottle, just for the bottle, I wanted to collect it. But when you hear reviews, it smells like the beach. I think Jeremy said it smells like the beach and stuff, and it smells like a holiday. Like a hot day. I bought it in Malaysia. I didn't get any performance, and I was like really disappointed. I'm like, this is just 30 minutes. After that, I don't detect anything. I spray a lot of it, smell nothing. Something happened. I was like really disappointed. I just kept it. I reviewed it. Brought it in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is hot and humid like crazy. And when the summer hit me, I wore this one day 4 sprays. Okay, I went out for a haircut or something like that, like barbershop or something, and I realized it's projecting like a beast. So it loves the heat. As I told you, some of those best high heat situation fragrance, this is one of them. It smells so darn good. It smells like lemon, Dolce & Gabbana, the one, No, Dolce & Gabbana light blue for women. This has similar sort of vibe. Paco Rabanne black excess. Yeah, minus the strawberry. Also maybe Mont Blanc Star Walker. They all have the similar vibe. If you love any of those, you can definitely check this out. It's also within budget. You can get a 200 ml of it, so you're good to go. You can spray freely. I suggest buy a 200 ml of this. This is also note that carambola or star fruit, which is in this, which makes it kind of interesting. I love the bottle design on this. It's very beautiful to look at. Okay, this is one of the most beautiful bottles in my collection. All right, so Versace Man Fraiche. I would say this is when you started collecting early days, this is one of them you must collect. This is one of the best also Versace ever produced, but uh, apart from the heat, it doesn't really work, so you have to put it back in your shelf when the cold weather hits. Smell wise, oh, very very nice, beautiful scent, carambola note, that lemon, awesome. So the third one, the fourth one is gonna be this one, the Eros. This one definitely a love or hate fragrance. Okay, many people swear by it, some people hate it. There's this green apple, there is mint, and then the dry down is vanilla and tonka bean, and they say it's all year round scent. But my ultimate understanding was, in Bangladesh condition, the heat and hot weather, it's not for that. It's not for built for hot weather. This is strictly cold weather scent, in my opinion. It doesn't last in heat, and it doesn't perform. It doesn't smell particularly that good. Someone took a decant from me, I think, a few days ago. He said, "Brother, this one I find it very childish. Didn't find anything special, and it's too sweet. Okay, it's too predictable and it's too familiar." I can kind of see that. When I bought that first time, seeing the reviews, I fell for the hype, for the bottle and how much strong and long lasting. Recently got reformulated, but mine one is I think pre-reformulation. So I get good performance out of it, but not just in summer days. Winter time I get 6-7 hours from this easily. Okay, so it's a cold weather scent. It's a love it or hate it. You might want to check it out, try it on your skin, see if it works for you. Women, by the way, love this scent a lot. They would wear it themselves. So I think it's a more of unisex scent, and it's very sexy, but very sharp scent that you really have to love that mint note to appreciate this. Very sharp. Okay, so Eros, not one of my most favorite, but it's nice one. Okay, so Versace is the Eros. Next one I'm gonna show you, I have 4 left. First one I'm gonna show you is this one. This one I just reviewed, the Versace Oud Noir, so I don't have to say a lot about this. Only thing I'll say, I love the smell of it. It smells really rich and posh, and you should get this if you love modernized oud, and if you're not looking for a beast mode scent, if you just were looking for something of a oud fragrance, that top tier oud in designer game, I would say you can easily get Gucci, I think is it Gucci Guilty? I forgot. Gucci Intense Oud, yeah, Intense Oud for men. You can try that. You can buy Dolce & Gabbana, the One Royal Night. You can also buy the Polo Supreme Oud, and I think there's the one from Armani. Okay, those are the ouds. Designer game are the best. Okay, this one in terms of smell, it's one of the best. It's most luxurious, and it's definitely ladies can appreciate this also, but it has a mature vibe to it. It does have that Tom Ford oud, and I would say, excuse me, I would say Creed's Royal Oud, that sort of feel, but it has some spiciness to it, but done mildly. So they didn't want to make it like a bomb or super cloying, too much oud or too much leather. It's not heavy scent, but the smell of it, give it a try few times, see how you like it. My recommendation to you, because I love the smell of it. Performance has some issues sometimes on many people, but on me it performs fine. But I think it's better in Bangladesh for summer nights. This would be great. And winter time also you can try, but go like 5 sprays. Okay, so Versace Oud Noir is one of the hidden gems, I would say, but not for all, for mature noses. Okay, next one is like, I really hated this fragrance. You'd know, Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue, for me, it's a fragrance I tried at least 20 times, and I tried 14 times in shop. I was ready to pay like for a fragrance. I never bought it. The last time I tried, when I went to the shop and tried this, I'm like, what the heck, I got pissed off with myself. I'm like, how many days I'm gonna skip this? Let's just complete the house. What the hell? Anyway, I'll just sell it off if I don't like it. So luckily I do decanting and stuff. So I thought like, okay, let's just decant half of it and then see what happens. This stuff I just noticed in the evening time, when it's a little bit cool and there's no sun, there's no humidity, you're not just sweating, and it's not yucky. those times, this is amazing. This one smells too metallic and too cloying and too sharp for the hot weather. Okay, it's not a hot weather, it's sort of like Savage feel. It has that Bulgari Aqua Atlantic feel. It has a little bit of a Prada Carbon, that sort of DNA is in this. And people usually would not, like many people who have so many fragrances in the collection, they wouldn't find this anything unique. So it's not a unique fragrance. But what's good about this is a crowd pleaser. It can easily wow people because it lasts long time. It projects really beautifully, and I think young people, young folks would really appreciate this. Any age can wear it, but if you don't own Savage but you like the Savage line, like Savage DNA, Dior Savage, this one of course you know, and you don't want to pay for the Savage price tag, you want to pay half or close to half, go for Dylan Blue. I definitely highly recommend this. This stuff is it's a workhorse basically on a budget. You can get the 200 ml, would be much more value. All right, so this is sort of like young crowd, bit of cold weather, evening scent, and going out scent, I think. But you can rock this every day, class, like casual, sort of going out, night clubbing. It covers, like Savage, it covers pretty much the whole year. Just don't wear this when it's supremely humid and hot. Okay, Versace Dylan Blue, it's not one of my absolute favorite, but it's definitely a workhorse. It's a beautiful scent, but it's not. I would say compared to this with Savage, I'll go for Savage. If you can afford Savage, get Savage. All right. Next one is the ladies fragrance. This fragrance, it's my. I didn't see anyone talk about it. I didn't see any hype. This is my own hype. This is my own love. I discovered it in Perfume World in Bangladesh. There's a shop called Perfume World, and they only sell retail price, and you have to really pay the tax and stuff because it's expensive. Later on, I saw it much cheaper, but I paid like close to $85, I think, for this. This is Versace's Versense. This is a masterpiece. This for the summer days. If you want a perfumer in a fresh category, you like the note of lemon. I sniffed this first time and I thought, let's see how long this lasts, because usually this kind of green juice, citrus base, a little bit of green touch of vetiver. I don't know if there's vetiver in this, but bit of grassy feel, you know. So it's very fresh and floral, sort of like a CK1, slight vibe to it, Kenzo, bit of a summery feel. This is summer beam, you know. Ladies would easily love this on summer day because it lasts 8-9 hours on the skin. Okay, so it's a performer, alright. I think Tanvir Bhai in our community, he owns this and he loves this. This is most unisex fragrance, by the way, just like David of Cool Water for women. This one can be worn by anyone. Okay, but watch out for the application. Just go 1 to 2 sprays, that's it. This is less is more. I would highly recommend this for anyone looking for a summer fragrance. Just sniff this out. Forget about the tag that for women, Versace Versense for women. This one, it's for all, and I think men would love this on themselves. Okay, so for me, this is a masterpiece, 10 out of 10. Definitely check out Versace's Versense. For ladies, you can get your wife this for summer, but at the same time, you can easily rock this. Just try it out if you see summer. Versace's Versense. The last one I talked about, I don't have the big bottle anymore with me because I gifted to my lady. So I have a small miniature. It's a very cute one. This one. This is Versace Crystal Noir. Okay, this is the last one I'm going to talk about, and it's very mysterious, dark, and it has that note of coconut. And coconut is not one of my favorite notes. It smells. It's very dark. Okay, it's very dark and it's very strong. And this stuff, it's potent. I also would say this has that sort of like a male dominance in it. It's a very strong character, sort of a fragrance. Okay, it's nighttime definitely, and cold nights would be nice, but summer nights, if it's cooler, you can use it. So Crystal Noir is very dark. I don't remember exactly the notes breakdown, but I would suggest ladies who likes it strong, and the beautiful bottle. If you see the big bottle, you'll be really mesmerized. Check out my review if you haven't. The cap is much bigger. It has a nice sort of crystal feel up top, and it's a nice bottle to it, and it's not that expensive. So Versace Crystal Noir, I think one of my favorite women's fragrances. Just that it's not for all. It's very daring fragrance. Okay, so Crystal Noir is one of the best releases from the women's line. All right, so that's more or less basically all of the Versaces. If I ever get the Versace Men and then any other Versace the fragrances, maybe I'll review them. All right, so I hope, let me know, like I hope you like that, the long video, because I talked in detail, and let me know which ones are your favorite from Versace house and what you think of the Versace house. And thanks and kudos to once again Brother Ashton for this awesome videos. All right, take care guys. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh.